mentioned, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all my latest content. I just got done running down the stairs. So it's been kind of crazy. I feel like if we hold out a little longer, maybe something will happen. You never know with Apple, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll be like the end of the year next year where they finally, I don't know, man, where they finally use all the power that the MacBook Pro not the MacBook Pro, the iPad Pro has. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's really frustrating though, because the entire pro community of Apple users, producers, video editors, content creators, we've been asking for this stuff for like a long time. And it just seems like Apple honestly just forgot about the pro segment of their market or something. It was just like, yeah, like whatever. We just want to make stuff for, the everyday users who's just surfing the net and interacting with FaceTime and all these apps and stuff like that doesn't need that much power. And then we're out here like, yo, we would love to be able to create with this joint at a higher capacity. What's up, Money Up Records? But they're not letting us do it. They're limiting us to this iPad OS. So I don't know, man. Hopefully it changes. I would like to see it. Definitely had thoughts about canceling my iPad order, but I need a new iPad anyway. So I was just like, maybe I'll just keep it, and then maybe something to change. I'm not really expecting it to, but I don't know. We'll see. So for the new people coming in, man, let me know where y'all from. Let me know what you do. Let me know what questions you have, so I can sit here and answer some questions for the next hour. And we can chop it up. Do you guys have any thoughts, any input on the Apple situation? Any Logic users, Team Logic in the building? Let me know. Any Final Cut Pro users? Let me know. What's up, Chef Jay from Cleveland, Ohio? Music production. That's what's up, man. Shout out to Ohio, the home state. Dope stuff, man. So yeah, so that was kind of, now there are some features that was kind of dope. Like the quick note stuff, like little stuff here and there, but it's like it's nothing life changing, right? St. Louis, that's what's up. Good to see you, Money Up. Upcoming FL Studio MPC, nice. That's what's up. 730 Productions, what's up? Good to see you. We are in the building. So yeah, I use Final Cut, but I haven't really been using it as much. I used it like yesterday as I finished some stuff up, but yeah, it was super disappointing. 730, like it was disappointing, like because they like, I don't know, maybe we was just hyping ourselves up. Like I feel like everybody was hyped, like just across the board, like no matter what kind of creator you were, if you use Macs or like any type of Apple device at a pro level, I feel like you was hyped. You was ready, like, yo, like it's about to go to the next level. The iPad is about to go to the next level. We're about to see, the new MacBook Pros and things, because that's what would happen, honestly. I haven't bought another MacBook because I think they're overpriced. Honestly, everything Apple is overpriced, but like the MacBooks, like it used to be a point where you can upgrade the memory and the storage yourself. You can't do it. You can't do it now. So yeah, that's the issue with Apple. I'm trying to force you to keep giving them money like over and over and over, when like stuff could work for a longer period of time than what they allow. You know what I'm saying? They kind of force you to obsoleteness. I'm good. What's up, Jay? Music X. That's your interconnection. I always think it's mine. Yeah, like it's not you. It's me. Real talk. And it's not even an internet connection. Like it's Ecamm. Ecamm does this thing. It's been doing this thing for like the past couple updates, and it's been giving me issues for some reason. So yeah, like when I first started using it, I didn't have these issues. Only if I would try and do like 4K. I'm not even doing 4K. Like it's 1080, and it's tripping. So yeah. Still haven't heard it. What's good? What's up, Jay Chris? Good to see you, bro. Anderson Banks, I saw you unbox the new iMac. How do you like it? I'm a Mac guy too. So the iMac is legit. It's my wife's, so that's what she uses now, but it's dope. Like, so I did the unboxing, and I played around with like some 4K. I edited the actual unboxing video, so that was shot in 4K. So I edited in Final Cut, and I think, what does she have? I think she has Big Sur on there, and it's clean, man. Like it's actually not bad, and they updated some things in Final Cut Pro on Big Sur. I'm still on Mojave on my machine, but it was really smooth, and she only has 8 gigs of RAM, and that joint, like, it didn't stutter at all. Like it was a smooth editing process, voiceover process, importing, exporting. I think that was like a 5-6 minute video. So it exported in a few minutes. Yeah, and it's a solid machine, like, especially like because she's not doing no hardcore production, or, you know what I'm saying, like audio or video stuff. She edits videos occasionally for her content and stuff, but nah, like that joint, like for everything that I do, honestly, it would probably handle like very well just on 8 gigs. So I think they did a good job with it. It looks good. It's real nice, thin, doesn't take up a bunch of space. The speakers on it, like the built-in speakers, are they got a little bass to them. So they're not bad. Like, I wouldn't mix on them or anything, but you know, if you just listening, watching something, I think it's cool. I'm not mad at it at all. 730 says, what's the best streaming platform for your music to be heard? All of them. Put them on all of them. I think a lot of people are on Spotify. But yeah, you know, just release it to all. I mean, I think a lot of the distributors, I think they just put them out to the main ones anyway, so it's gonna be anywhere. But I think Spotify is probably, you know, the most popular. I stream on Tidal, so I use Tidal for the most part. And Tidal they pay more per stream. I think they pay the most out of everybody per stream, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, but you know, put it out to as many as you can. John Tyndall, can you go through your mix and mastering process? Yo, that's a whole course. So I have a mixing course on it, and it's a few videos, so it's a process. So I'll give you a brief overview, right? A lot of the times I'm starting from a template, but if I'm starting from scratch, my first thing is just gonna be getting the production right. When it's time to mix, I'm thinking about how I can level out the volume on different tracks. So, you know, there isn't a lot of like, you know, spots where like the volume gets really, really loud and then it's really, really low. So it's hard to kind of manage that. So, you know, I find a way to keep that in the pocket. And then I'm dealing with after that, then I'm doing EQ to make sure everything is kind of sitting in its own space. Then once I have that figured out, I'm messing around with volume, some more volume adjustments, and that's kind of going along with the first phase of it. And then from there, I start to add color, start to add effects and things like that. So reverb, delay, just doing different things to kind of put those finishing touches on there. And then it's just listening back, and then bringing everything to a level to where when I do master it, it's gonna be the highest volume without distortion. That's the goal with mastering. And then master, I have a few plugins that I'll throw on there, and then that's it. I bounce it out and just and keep it moving from there. But yeah, if you want the full course, it's called Urban Mixing Made Simple. I walk you through everything. I give you the same stems that I'm using in the course, so you can mix along with me. You'll see everything I'm doing and all that. And then I really break it down like step by step, from start to finish, and show you everything I'm using. So you can grab that there. So super dope course, if I may say so myself. Now I had fun making it though. Let's see. New Tones Labs. Curious to have your input on putting beats in sync libraries that are present in a BeatStars catalog, for instance. Any issues licensing beats to artists and licensing for singers? Yes. The issue is headaches. It's gonna create headaches. So I keep like my BeatStars stuff completely separate from my licensing stuff, especially if it's going to like libraries and things like that. I just keep it separate because if something gets licensed and you got everybody else out here with leases and different versions of it, it creates confusion of ownership. Some people can come and start trying to claim certain things because they heard it on a show. I don't want the headache, so I just keep it separate. I would not mix the two. Yeah, just don't mix them. Keep them separate. That's my advice. What would you recommend for distribution? I'm looking at DistroKid. That's who I recommend. Super dope company. In fact, you go to use. You can get a 7% discount. I got a VIP code or link with them. Let's go to distrokid.com/VIP/ClintMusic, and they'll give you a discount. So yeah, I definitely recommend DistroKid. The reason why is because they allow, like, depending on which plan you get. I think all of their plans are kind of like unlimited, but I know the plan that I have, I can upload an unlimited amount of tracks for just one fee a year. Of course, if it's like certain little extra things, if you add, that may be an annual fee, but you don't have to do that. But it's dope, especially I feel like for producers. Like if we're releasing instrumentals, every week or every month, and just like a lot of music over the course of a year, paying one fee for that is dope. Like it's a steal, because some of the other companies, like I don't know if they've changed, but it used to be like $9.99 per song or something like that, and that joint adds up. Like if you release 52 tracks in a year, that's 52 times $9.99. And I don't have a calculator, but it sounds like a lot of money to me. So shout out to DistroKid, man. And they have like super dope split features that you can give me a second, that you can like automatically throw splits in. Like, so if you and another producer collab, you can put 50 goes to you, 50 goes to him. He can sign up for DistroKid, and then every time you get a stream or a purchase, it'll go to both of you automatically, so you don't have to worry about like collecting and trying to keep track of like everybody's stuff. So that's super dope. Same with artists. Like if you got an artist on your joint, you can, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just easy, man. So yeah, DistroKid is the move. Let's see. What's up, Flares? Good to see you, bro. Do you use Ozone? I don't use Ozone. I think I have like a while back, but no. Most of the mastering plugins is that I use is from Slate Digital. So yeah. I missed a question. E Moore. How do you protect your music when submitting? You can make sure it's registered with the pro. But if you're submitting to a library, they're gonna register it with the pro on your behalf. So you kind of don't have to do that yet, because they do it for you. If you're nervous that somebody is gonna steal, your music, your background instrumental cue, just register with copyright.gov. If you need that, that peace of mind. I don't see it happen a lot in the licensing world, but it's not to say it can't happen. So it just depends on your comfort level. Or you can wait, have a whole collection and then copyright it, however you want to do it. But it's yours. I mean, you got the sessions, you got the stems, it's dated, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have ways to prove that it was yours if anything kind of came up. So yeah, that's what I'll say on that. Because me personally, honestly, I don't even waste the time for like my instrumental minute and a half cues. Like, I don't waste the time copyrighting those individually. It just doesn't make sense. With the just the number of tracks I'm cranking out, like that would get expensive. So yeah, I make them, I send them out. The library does what they need to do. They're registered with the pros. I have sessions. They're time stamped and all that stuff. Just in the session data. So I don't have like there's no editor or supervisor out there like trying to steal these little background instrumental cues. Knock on wood. So yeah, shout out to the new people coming in, man. Let me know where y'all from. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm here for a few minutes. Not a few minutes. I'm here for like the next 30 minutes. Just chopping it up with y'all, checking in. So let me tell y'all about this stupid idea I had, like literally like very recently. So sometimes I have random ideas when I'm sitting down working, right? So I'm sitting down working today and I'm like, yo, and some people may have followed me on Instagram. You may have seen it on in my stories. So I was just like, yo, like what if I gave away like 5 loop and MIDI packs for like the price of one, just like $25. It was a ridiculous idea. I was just like, nah, that's stupid. Like I'm not gonna do that. It's like over 100 loops just for like $25, which is ridiculously dirt cheap. But I was like, I'm not gonna do it. So then I kept thinking about it, and I was just like, I should do it just to do it. Like, why not? I can do it. So I did it. So it's for a very limited time though. So if you want 5 of my loop and MIDI packs, with chord progressions, the newest one with 808s, 808 loops, has the MIDI. I got one with ARPs and all this stuff. If y'all want that, man, the link is in my bio. Not the bio. The link is in the description. It's for a limited time. It's probably gonna end in the next few days. So if you want those 5 joints for the price of one, just click the link in the description. It's yours. So let's knock out some questions. If I have tracks on Pond 5, can I also put them on DistroKid? Yeah, absolutely. Because like Pond 5 is non-exclusive. And then, streaming that's a little different. like you're not giving DistroKid like the rights to license your music unless that's like an option they have or whatever. But they're just simply uploading, sending that stuff off to iTunes, sending it off to the Google Play and all that stuff. So it's it's not gonna hurt anything if you have it on Pond 5. And Pond 5, like I have tracks on Pond 5 that are, let me get my face in focus here. I have tracks on Pond 5 that are with other non-exclusive libraries as well. So yeah, that won't be an issue at all. Any specific company you recommend submitting your music to, as there's a ton I've seen doing my research? Yeah, there is a ton. Like, submit to all those joints. Like, submit to, well, don't submit to like the sketchy ones, but submit to as many, like reach out to as many as you can. Do, and then ask them, like, I'm gonna give you questions to ask them, right? So ask them these questions, like, when was the last placement that you secured? You know, what kind of music do you need? What kind of music do you place the most? Who are your clients or whatever? Like, ask them questions to get them to open up. How long have you been licensing music? You know, like, see if they have credentials, something on their page, their website. Shoot them an email, ask them these questions. And they should be able to answer. They should at least be able to tell you, you know, who they work with, or what, when was their last placement, successful placement or whatever. And yeah, just do the groundwork. But like, there's not just like one company. Like, everybody that I know, like all my buddies in licensing, we all like reach out to multiple companies. So there's not like just one company that's like the best. There's a lot of them out there, and we try and hit, you know, as many as we can, because it's a numbers game. So you can check out the PMAmusic.com too. They have credible libraries. Like, everybody that's going through the PMA is going to be legit. So if you're looking for that, just go to PMAmusic.com, and they have some libraries listed on there, like scrolling through the bottom and stuff like that. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's a lot of opportunities out there, and you don't want to skip over like a bunch of some other ones who you didn't go to just because somebody was just like, oh, only look at this one, right? So you want to unturn every rock and stone that you possibly can. You know, so LW says, when is the collaboration with November James gonna happen? We need that ASAP. Yo, that would be insane. Man, that would be crazy. I don't know yet, but we're gonna have to brainstorm something, man. This is gonna have to be epic. Like, we would have to do it, and then I don't know. It's got, like, I gotta have everything I do. It has to be for a purpose, right? So I have to have a brief like that comes through, that would fit. You know what I'm saying? And then once we have that in order, then, you know, it becomes easier to kind of create a play from there. But dude is insanely talented. 7:30 said, I don't get paid till Friday. What's today? It's Thursday? Wednesday? It's Wednesday. I'm on Ustream Live on Wednesday. Now, the days get mixed up after a while. My son's been waking up in the middle of the night every night this week. It's killing me. It's killing us. How about having beats, songs that are in Sync Music Library's catalog on a Spotify artist profile? I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you should, you know, talk to the libraries and make sure that's cool. Make sure it's not something in your agreement where it's like, oh, you can't distribute this for blah blah blah. So I would just double check. But I feel like, if anything, like, they wouldn't mind, especially if you're an artist. Like, Like they're trying to put you on. They're trying to give you some shine. So it works in your favor to have that stuff set up and in place, have your branding and your, you know, your profiles and stuff set up so people can find you. Cause it's been a lot of times, like I heard records on TV and I'm like, yo, that's dope. Like, who is that? Shazam it real quick and then they pop up. You don't want nobody Shazamming you and you don't pop up. So that's something to think about too. But I'll just double check, make sure, you know, everything is legit. And make sure you got the green light to do it. Exactly. Leave no stone unturned. That's what the lack of sleep and extra caffeine will do to you. Have you switching words around, can't talk right. Dope. That's what's up. Hola. Clint, I appreciate you doing these lives consistently. It helps a lot learning from you. Dope. That's what's up. This is class. This is school. This is like virtual learning. I'm glad it's helping though. That's what's up. I got a really dope email last night from somebody who tunes in to the streams and the content, and they were just telling me how they pretty much they just got a deal with the company that's working with Viacom, one of Viacom's libraries. If you don't know who Viacom is, it's everybody, like network wise, CBS, Viacom. So it's a huge deal. And they're ecstatic and really appreciative of the information. So, you know, hearing stuff like that, man, it just pushes me to keep giving you guys this information and this knowledge so you guys can keep going to the next level, keep learning. Cause it's a complicated business for real. Like it's just a lot of moving parts and confusing things. So I'm gonna be bringing more people on the podcast too to share, you know, more information, more insight in more specific areas. But yeah, I'm glad it's helping. It's super dope. Are you down to collaborate with a youth advocate for youth empowerment? You have to email me details, info@clintproductions.com. I would need to know the details and what's all involved, like schedule wise and all that stuff. But yeah, I take a look at everything that comes across my table. I can't guarantee if it's a yes or a no, but I'll definitely take a look at it and then just kind of go from there. Do you have any template contracts for selling beats to artists where you keep some of the publishing rights and credits? I don't. I would just get an attorney to draft it up for you. Like if you have one already, talk to an attorney and be like, look, like this is what I want. This is what I want to keep or whatever. And then they could put the language in there, because like I don't know, you know what I'm saying, like everybody's different, every situation is different, and they know how to take what you're saying in like regular me and you terms and turn it into like legal jargon that we don't understand. So yeah, I would definitely just recommend an entertainment attorney to help you out with that. What's that Viacom? I have no idea. That's all the information I have, was just a Viacom library. But I mean, no, it's like Viacom's library is what it is. Like it's comprised of different libraries and different, you know, publishers, you know, infusing their music in that library. But I don't have any specifics or anything. Hey Clint, I'm about to start getting into a pro, like BMI ASCAP. So when I upload my song, if I have an unlimited license from my producer, how do I add them to a pro to receive a cut for that beat? Great question. So they should, usually when you license the beat, right, from their store, usually you have, you know, their the license agreement, you know, or the agreement that comes with the beat that you download. And then in that agreement, usually they have their pro information for you to write in. So it should say whether or not they're with BMI or ASCAP, their name, how it should be listed, all this stuff. Usually that's in that agreement. If it's not, then you'll have to reach out to them, to that producer, and get that information, get their IPI number, just in case, you know, you have trouble finding them. I think the IPI number is like the best way. Like if you have that, you can just type that in directly and be good to go. So you got to get that. And then from there, usually it's like a, you know, a 50 thing. They have 50% since it's, you know, the music half. And then you have the other 50% as the writer, songwriter. And then that's, and then depending on if you're with BMI or ASCAP, like the splits are different. And I think ASCAP works off of, like it would be, let me think. I think it totals 100. BMI totals 200. So on the writer share, BMI would look like 50-50, and then on ASCAP side, the writer share would be like 25-25, if I'm not mistaken. But it ends up being the same thing. 50-50, you know what I'm saying? Right down the middle. whatever that total split is. But yeah, that's the information you're gonna need. I bought your Road to 10, Fuego. Appreciate it. Are the directories still valid, or will you be sending out updated versions? So the some contacts, some people hit me up and they said that some of them are bouncing back, like the emails will bounce back, and that happens. It's just, you just can't keep up with all the companies, and companies getting bought out, and just contact information constantly changing. So I'm thinking about doing an update. I don't know when. I'm thinking about it because the thing is that it's hard to keep up with. You just can't keep up with every company. I know I can't. I just don't have the time. And it's just hard to know when somebody's getting bought out. So that's why it's kind of meant to be a starting point. It's not meant to be an end all be all. I'm thinking about updating it. But I don't know if I'm going to continue providing it on the website. I'm going back and forth. Just because I don't want to keep putting something out there that literally has to be constantly updated, and then people are getting it and then things are bouncing back. I want you guys to have reliable information. So I'm going back and forth on that. But if I do update it, you know, I'll send, if depending on where you purchased it from, usually I'll send an update email. You know, if you purchased it from the store directly, you get an email with the free updated version, and then kind of go from there. So that's the issue with the directory. But there are still a lot of companies on there that work. And then if a phone number or if an email changes, still try and Google the company name, because it may be, you know, they may have just changed an email address, but the company's still around. So you can go to the website and then look for updated information. So I try to give you as many points of contact as possible, you know, from the name, the website, the email, the number, anything you can use to try and find more information if any of those points of contacts change. So hopefully that helps. Dice Beats. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, super tedious. And I have an assistant. My assistant helps me with it. But even then, it's just like to go back and like keep checking in on companies. You know what I mean? It's just like, did you change your email? Like that process in itself, you know, is time consuming. So that's why usually like every few years, we'll do an update on that. So we'll see what happens. Ola says, I've read the license and it doesn't seem to show that info for adding him as a pro. I'll double read it again just in case. I do appreciate it because you answered my pro questions smoothly. Thanks. No problem. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I think, yeah, man, they got to put that stuff in there. So it's an easy process. Has music publishing become your main source of income? Not trying to be in your pocket, just asking for motivation because I definitely want to eventually be stable off of my music business to quit. Music licensing, yes, but music publishing, like I don't personally publish a lot. I'm not a publisher, right? So I'm just a composer. But on the composer side, just as a music entrepreneur, there's just there's different streams. So licensing is a bulk of it. But then I have other things. Obviously I have the store. I have the ad revenue to get from YouTube, YouTube sponsorships, the brand deals and things like that. Consultations. What else we have? Still doing stuff like for artists, indie artists, major artists. What's another stream we have? I know there's at least like seven different things that's bringing in affiliate partnerships and things like that. All that stuff adds up to create my full-time income pretty much. So yeah, it's definitely possible. I always recommend everybody having, multiple streams and not just having one thing that's like everything, you know what I'm saying? So like even in licensing, right? Say something happens where you get in the middle of a lawsuit. This is an extreme case, but you get in the middle of a lawsuit and then your royalties start getting held up for a catalog of music that was maybe bringing in the bulk of your income. And then that stops until that is resolved, right? So unless you have something else that's kind of balancing that, you could be in a tight situation. So I always recommend just having multiple things, get creative. Mixing and mastering is another one. And just figure out everything you know how to do, everything you're great at, and figure out ways to monetize it. Some producers are great at graphic design. That's a service you can add on your website. Even though you're a producer, like all of your income doesn't have to come from making beats, right? Like that can be one of them, but in 2021, we have to think outside the box. We have to think greater than just beats. We have to think, how can I build a brand and how can I use everything that I'm great at, everything that I'm good at, and serve other people with those gifts and those talents. And that's where a lot of growth can happen. And then you start figuring out how to get that in front of more people, how to connect with those people. So yeah, that's what it's about. You mentioned all of need is an IPI from the producer to add him to the pro to ensure he gets paid for the beat portion. Yeah, his name's IPI number and just the percentage, and just have that conversation with him, like as far as you're concerned, it's a 50-50 split. Make sure everybody's cool on the splits, and yeah, and you should be good. World Meta Beats, what's good? What's up, Clint? I want to get my music on TV. That's what's up. You should, man. I'm gonna show you how. Where's that link? Let me find the link. So here's a free guide. It has the 6 basic steps on how to get started and getting your music placed in TV. Grab that joint. let it help you. After that, you can get the whole blueprint, the course, if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to, that's literally like everything I did, my whole process. When I started, really getting focused on music licensing, and I was just like, yo, like I want to land 10 TV placements in a year. I didn't make it within a year, but it was like a little over a year. I eventually hit 10. And a lot of them kind of happened all at once, like closer to the end. But there's a lot of upfront work that you have to do in music licensing. And it's tough. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest. It's tough because you're not gonna be getting a lot of money. You're not gonna see money for like, probably a year and a half, like the first royalty check, because you're going through this process where you're reaching out company after company after company. I recommend reaching out to 3 or 5 every day for like a month. That's what I did. So you're reaching out to companies, you're going through that process, you're getting your music ready. A lot of times, most people, when they start this process, their music isn't even formatted right. So, and that's why I created How to Structure Your Music for TV, the video course, because that in itself is going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you from submitting and getting rejected, because that's what was happening to me, because I didn't have the structure down. But once I learned that structure, somebody put me up on game, and then I started getting yeses, right? And then started getting placements. So for that first period, you're just going to be reaching out, getting your music right, getting your music structured, having phone calls, meetings, emails, and then finally you'll start getting accepted to music libraries. And then that's when the work starts. And you start, you have to consistently create music and send it out, so that you constantly have new music getting ingested in these libraries, so that when they pitch to their clients, you always got something that's going out. So so that's kind of like the start of the process, right? So now that the music is going out, you don't know if it's getting placed, because a lot of companies won't tell you, because they just don't have time to reach out to everybody for every placement. So now you don't know, like, if it's working. You got accepted to the library, they like the track, whatever. But now you're waiting, and you could be waiting 6 to 9 months before you know that something actually got placed from and you'll see it like on your royalty check. So this is the thing. You can't stop and wait. So you can't submit to like one company, send a few tracks, and then stop and wait to see if it worked. Because then what'll happen is, say it did work, right? You find out 6 to 9 months later that you got a placement on MTV on a reality show. It played over and over. You got a decent, $500-$600 check. And then you was like, okay, it worked, so let me get back to creating. Now you have to start the process all over again. So you're gonna be waiting a whole nother year to see another check. Well, I take that back. You'll see some more checks after that, because they just replay and then they start to go to other countries. But you pretty much start that process all over. So if you keep going, keep your head down, keep working, keep reaching out, keep submitting, and just keep going, then things will start to slowly snowball, and start to work for you. But yeah, it's a lot of upfront work, and you won't see it, but it's just what you got to get through to get to the other side. And then other opportunities that come when companies see you're consistent, they'll start to bring custom projects, and then other people will start to connect with you. Some of the free work, some of the free things will turn into paid things. Now I have publishers now where they approach me with projects that have an upfront budget to compose some tracks, for a production album. So, those opportunities wouldn't happen if, I said no to everything that was free, or if I didn't do that for work. So that's something just to keep you motivated as you go through, that whole process. So yeah, was it Niella? Yo, I'm always butchering somebody's name. I appreciate the super chat though. Much love. You're creating a music library where you're taking on other catalogs, ATV type situation. This is also a part of the collab youth and empowerment. You creating a music library where you're taking on. No, I'm not. I don't have a music library. Um, that's just honestly that's just something that I am just not trying to manage right now. It's a lot. Um, Managing an entire library, and other people's publishing and administration. It's definitely, it'll keep you busy for sure. Do you sign up for non-interactive play companies like Sound Exchange and Sync licensing? Um, I mean, I think you should be signed up for, for all of them, just in case something happens or get used. I signed up for Sound Exchange, but it was one of those things that was just like, after you sign up, we'll send you something if you collect some money. So I haven't gotten anything. So apparently I haven't collected or generated anything from, a non-interactive uh, stream, or at least not a significant amount. Because again, like, the beats that I'm producing for TV, like, they're not being sent out to like non-interactive streaming platforms. So I probably won't see a whole lot of that unless I start putting a bunch of stuff out for streaming and things like that. But to make sure you have everything covered. If you're doing, you're doing multiple things as a producer, you're working with artists, you're doing, things outside of sync licensing, then it may be something you definitely want to look into. So I'm gonna, I have somebody I'm actually bring on to talk more about stuff like that, and just collecting from all the different sources, man. I played bass on a track from LA producer a while back. I found out that he listed me with 10% on sound reports. He is blowing up in US and London now. Do I have any money, and how to collect it? Um, you probably want to get with you're gonna want to get with probably like a pub admin or something. Um, because I mean, you're listed, you're getting 10% of something. Somebody's collecting it. So yeah, you may have to get with like a song trust, or somebody to kind of figure out where it's going and what kind of royalties is it collecting or generating, I should say. Ola says, if we get TV placements but we have not been notified by the company, how do we know the amount we are entitled to be paid if there was no contract or no notice from the company that we've been placed? So so for the music libraries, right, usually you sign a contract up front, a licensing agreement, and it pretty much just says 50-50 deal. There's no specific numbers, right? Because royalties, all of that stuff is different. It's all over the place. It depends on a bunch of different things. So there's no number to be entitled to when it comes to back end royalties. And it's just one of those things where you just get what you what you get from BMI or ASCAP. So yeah, that's just what it is. It is what it is. Like, once it comes through, ASCAP, BMI, they do whatever formula they have to do to calculate how much that song generated, and then they pay it out according to the percentage of your ownership of that particular track or song. Unless it's like a different situation where there's a sync license, there's upfront fees involved and things like that, then that looks a little bit different. Then you'll see, an agreement with a price, and then they have some companies have like, you know, everybody on their roster is gonna get paid like the same amount of money per placement, and it's like different things, so it varies across the board. That's a good question. The Creators, good day, sir. This is Jo from the Creators. Not sure if this question was already asked, but what time of year do you usually pitch Christmas and holiday music? Last month, right now, like the last month, I've been pitching Christmas music, and creating Christmas music. I just finished what was that, yesterday? Monday? I just finished one Monday. So yeah, like right now, like literally like summertime. And I feel like it honestly came a little bit early. I feel like it came early this year, man. Like I seen the briefs come through and I was like, yo, like I don't even know if it was officially summer yet. But yeah, they get on it early so they can get it out, which reminds me, like I need to finish some stuff. So yeah. Christmas music is the wave right now. If you've been following me on Instagram at ClintMusic, then you've seen that I've been in my Christmas bag lately. No doubt, John. Have any beats you composed generated royalties for you from platforms like TikTok? No, like I have a few beats though that some people TikToks to, but it's like nothing that's just crazy. No, I haven't. TikTok is interesting though, man. I'm gonna have to look more into it because like, what was it? Like my wife was telling me about something. It was some type of tool or like some type of charts where you can see like what the most popular songs are or something on TikTok, something like that, or reels, or I don't know. It's interesting though. But I know for sure my beats are I have beats like in the whole, like you can look it up on TikTok and TikTok to it. I don't know if I have TikTokable beats, but yeah. It's there. Just want to say appreciate you. Congrats, man. You're appreciated more than you know. Also, it's Nayilla. Okay, Nayilla. I think I got it. I got a name right. Your IG is dope and funny. Interview one. Yeah. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. A lot of people love the interview joint. Yeah, and that was another random idea. Like I was sitting here working, I forget what sparked the idea, but I started cracking up. I was just like, yo, that's hilarious. That would be hilarious because I've never seen it done before, like in the producer community, especially, you know, just like in the ad space and things like that. So I was just like, I'm gonna do it. I didn't know how it was gonna translate. You know what I'm saying? But it went over well. It was fun, man. I had fun making that joint. Hilarious stuff. Dope. Looking forward to it. Ola says TikTok has been helping a lot of upcoming artists blowing up. For sure, it's a good platform to utilize. I hope these questions are not overly picking your brain, just like gaining knowledge. No, not at all, man. I love it. Dope conversation. Yeah, it is. Like TikTok is like literally a part of marketing strategies. So yeah. It's been super dope for artists. World Meta Beats, what is your preferred DAW for making beats? Do you like using loops over making your own melodies? I prefer making my own melodies because that it comes naturally to me. Since I'm a musician, I play keys, so it's a lot easier for me to sit down and just create something than it is for me to like. And I mean, I can rock with a loop, I can pull a loop, and then add my own thing over it and use it as inspiration. But there's no need to, and I feel like it can, in the licensing space, I try and make things as easy as possible from a clearance standpoint. So I don't like to use sites like Splice where there's a lot of producers on there using a lot of the same loops, which is another reason why I kind of created my own loop packs, to kind of give producers an opportunity to have loops that aren't all over the place, that a lot of producers don't already have, and loops that are created from a musician, somebody who plays keys, because a lot of people just can't play keys that well. So yeah, it's just easier for me to kind of create and come up with my own melodies and ideas and progressions and things like that. And I like that. I like that process. Just being a musician. You know what I mean? So yeah, good question. And my preferred DAW is Logic Pro all day. Logic Pro 10. Thank you, Nayilla. See, now I gotta ingrain it in my head because I be forgetting people's names. I appreciate the super chat too. Much love. You making loop or beat packs to buy? Yes, I have. Right, I just released like the stupidest pack. Like, so the link is in the description, right? So today, I just launched it today. It's gonna be super limited. I'm not gonna keep it up forever, but I'm giving you 5 of my loop packs, loop and MIDI packs, for the price of 1. So you get like over 100 some loops for the price of one of my loop packs, which even those aren't priced crazy, right? So if you want that, you want to take advantage of that, click the link in my description, and it'll take you right there where you can grab that. But yeah, I make my own loop packs, melody packs. The last one I did was an 808 pack, so I got some requests to create like some 808 bass lines and things like that. So I have that on there, and I even give you the MIDI to the 808s in case you want to throw your own 808 sound in there. And I give you the MIDI to all of the packs in case you want to change the sound up, you know what I mean? But you're getting high quality progressions and melodies, and I'm using on the last few packs I use this this Neve emulator plugin. Kind of emulates the sound of the Neve board, and it's just super duper warm. Like, that joint sounds amazing. Using the SSL joint that sounds good. So yeah, and then the Majestic loop pack, that one I did like a bunch of like filtered pianos and electric pianos. So real smooth vibe stuff on that pack. The Hypnotic pack is like arps, arpeggios. So some dope stuff you can really be creative and inspired by. So yeah, I would definitely take advantage of that before I pull it down. It was a super random idea. So it's like, I'm not gonna do that, and then I ended up doing it. Darks Most. Hello, what do you think the best business in the world? The best business in the world? I don't have an answer. I don't know what the best business in the world. I would say music production, because that's what I do, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many other businesses that make the world go round. It would be selfish of me to say that music production is the best business. I think every business is just, I think it's dope to just have a business, personally. So yeah. I have Ableton Live 10 full pro version downloaded. It comes with lots of pre-made instruments, loop samples, etc. If I make a beat using those from Ableton 10, can that DAW collect royalties? No. So those should be, kind of like royalty-free loops. If I know on TV, I get I hear a lot of like Apple loops and GarageBand loops on TV because sometimes I honestly I feel like the editors be in the back like, yo, like I'm trying to get a few royalties real quick, so they like throw some loops together and make some background music and register it as their track. But you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they're there for. I would not take the entire pre-made beat, like the sample beat or the demo beat, and like register that joint as your own. Don't do that. But you know, the loops and stuff, yeah, you can absolutely use those loops. I've used, matter of fact, I had a bunch of placements on House Hunters International, where the brief was they wanted like Italian hip hop music and like Latino or Latin music, and you know, I don't know how to play Italian music, like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I just pulled some of those loops in, and then I threw my drums on there, threw a bass line, threw some little accompaniment things, and kept it moving. So yeah, you can use those joints. I wouldn't like use them all the time, but I would use them. But what you'll see happen sometimes, and I see this sometimes when I use this thing called tunesat.com to track placements. And what happens is, like, say if I had the intro start with that loop from Logic Pro, if somebody else made something using that loop, it'll pick up their track and record it, and then TuneSat will say, oh, you got a placement on this channel. But then when I listen to it, it's just like, no, that's just a loop. That wasn't actually my entire beat. So that can happen sometimes. That's that whole loop thing that everybody's using. So yeah, so I try not to overdo it, but it can be done. All right, let me take a couple more, and then I'm a hop off. Let's see. Another question about Christmas and holiday music. What's your take on pitching an original holiday song versus cover songs? I think you should do both. Have some original Christmas songs or holiday songs, and have some public domain cover songs, because the cover songs, like, people are always looking for those anyway, because those are the classics. But then your original stuff, you know, it's an opportunity to have just like original Christmas music. So I do a combination of both, some original joints and some cover joints, because requests come in for both. And you'll know, like, this time every year, you know, they're gonna be hitting your catalog up for those Christmas joints. So yeah, this is definitely good to have in your catalog, a combination of both. Ooh, this is good. Real estate versus music production. For you, what is the best? Both. Like, okay, so real estate is dope. Real estate, like, statistically creates the most millionaires out of every other business industry, period. So no, real estate is legit. Real estate is legit because of the tax advantages you get, especially if you have like rental properties. Just the things you're able to write off, the rental income, which is, why is this thing going out of focus? So you get the rental income, which that's taxed differently. So you get savings there. And it's something you can pass down generation to generation. It's just this passive income that you can create. So real estate is powerful. Music production is kind of like having little mini pieces of real estate. Like, your music is intellectual property. You can license it out, which is kind of like the equivalent of renting out a house, except you're renting, you know, this piece of music to a TV show, production company to use in something, and you can take that same piece of music and keep relicensing it over and over and over for years and years and years, and then it'll create royalties for you that'll pay you passively for the rest of your life and hopefully beyond, depending on, the kind of projects you're working on. So there's parallels there between real estate and music production, with the ability to create passive income from it. The dope thing about music is that, like, I don't have to go out and get like a hard money lender or some private money or have some money to go out, a large chunk of money, and go out and invest in a rental property or a flip or something like that. Like, I can literally sit here in front of my computer and create a piece of property from thin air, like from my brain. Like, and it does like, outside of the initial investment of getting production equipment, it doesn't cost me anything to make right now but time. So I can sit here for like 30 minutes, create 30 minutes, an hour, create a beat, an idea, whatever, and then pitch it out, start licensing it, and then it can start generating money for me, over the next, however long it takes for it to get placed. And then those royalties can keep going. And then, if I die or something, I can pass that catalog and pass those royalties on to my kids, and then they can continue to benefit from them as well. Or if I want to sell my entire catalog of music, which would probably be not smart, but if I wanted to do that, and like all this music that's been getting placed, I can go sell this entire catalog to an investor who will pay me a lump sum of money for music that's going to pay them passive income. Investors invest in stuff like that. It's a thing. Or I can take a loan out against my royalties that I generate, go buy a LW said, I need a list of your placements. You mentioned several shows that I watch. You can go IMDb. Go to IMDb and then type in Anthony Clint Jr. and you'll see all the shows that I've had music on. I literally can't list it out. It's getting kind of long, man. But I'm grateful for that. We create music. What's good? Good to see you, bro. Hope all is well. Ola says this live was super dope and very educational. I appreciate also that you pronounced my name correct. Too many pronounce it Ule when it's pronounced. Oh, Ula. Oh, so it's Ula? Or did I is it Ola or Ula? I think it's Ula. Like I spent like 27% of my time on these lives trying to figure people's names out. It's crazy. John says, will you use PayPal to buy from your store? Yeah, there's PayPal. There should be a PayPal option on there. Everything's secure. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can use PayPal on there. At least that's what it's connected to on my end. So everything is going through a secured payment portal. Edge of the World Records. Yo, Mad Random, how you liking the SSL 2 Plus? I just got mine a few weeks ago. I love it. Matter of fact, I forgot to turn my 4K on because I like the way it sounds. I love it, man. It's simple, straight to the point. It's like this knob does this knob does that. But it's nice, man. It gives it I like the preamps in there are really good. I like the way my bass sound comes through it. And the monitor mix. I love that it has a monitor mix. That cuts down on the feedback. Like if I turned it to input, like it would be all crazy. But like I have my speakers on and volume up a little bit, and I can turn it to where I don't hear that coming back to me. So super dope. Yeah, I think you'll be happy with it, man. Indeed. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna hop off here, man. This was super dope. Glad you guys came with the dope questions as usual. So yeah, make sure you guys tune in, man. I got some dope videos coming tomorrow and Friday. So dope stuff. Make sure you subscribe, like, share it with your peoples, whatever you want to do. Also, don't forget the stupid bundle, the stupid idea bundle for a limited time is in the link in the description. 5 of my sound packs, loop packs, MIDI packs for the price of one. It's stupid. So take advantage of it before I shut it down, so you guys can have over 100 loops, high quality. Everything was played and created by me, so you know where they're coming from. All right, y'all, have a good rest of the week. I appreciate the love. Shout out to everybody who did the super chats and everything. I appreciate that, man, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.